YouTube, welcome back. So, yesterday I was on Facebook Marketplace and I saw this gentleman who was selling a bunch of sports cards, and he was selling them for $10 a box. He had 6 baseball boxes, which I'm not that big of a baseball person. You know, I'll go to a game at the stadium, but other than that, I don't really watch a lot of baseball. So I was okay with that. And he had 1 basketball box and 1 football box. Now, here's the trigger warning at the beginning. These are from the mid-90s. So if you know, starting in about 1989 till about 1995 is what they call the junk wax era of sports cards. And so I haven't gone through these. The reason why I got these for $10, I don't really have any idea what's in these. He sent me 1 picture, and I was just like, can you show me a random selection of the basketball cards? And he sent me 1 small picture. And then when I was buying it in person, I grabbed a small handful and flipped through it. And when I was going there, I was only going to get the basketball cards. Again, I don't know if there's anything good in there, but it just seemed like it was fun. And when I was there, I was like, hey, you know what? For another $10, let me just grab the football cards too. So there's a strong possibility that there might not be anything crazy in this, but we will find out together. I will start with the football cards. And my expectation is that there's going to be a lot of... Oh, and one other detail is this guy wasn't like a reseller or a storage unit person or anything like that. This was somebody who actually, this had been his own collection, and I made sure to ask him about that. One thing that I do want to be clear about is that the things that I'm looking for, especially in the mid to late 90s, like you have the obvious like big cards, like your PMGs, like your precious metal gems and all of that across different sports. But what I'm really looking for is stuff like maybe like a platinum medallion parallel. Sometimes some of these cards will have, rather than just being like a normal overlay, it will have like a gold overlay. I'm looking for some of the differences then were more subtle. And so it's my thought that if this was just something that he set aside 20, 30 years ago and hasn't really given much thought to, at the time, a lot of those weren't necessarily too crazy. But now that their collector base has changed a little bit, especially in basketball, and it has matured, a lot of those have really started to gain value. So I'm going to fly through a lot of this. I'm not going to sit here and say like every name of every player. Like this isn't like like check out this cool new product review type of video. I haven't seen these at all. I literally have not looked at a single football card yet. I've looked at a few of the basketball cards, as in like 6 cards in 1 picture so I could get an idea of the set, and then grabbed a small handful and looked at like 3 cards from that handful while I was buying it. So I thought it would be fun to go through this together. So on that note, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Let's get into this, and I'll do my best to just kind of fly through this. be too much for me. Just because commons wouldn't really help. Oh, this is interesting. Tylaw rookie card. That actually might be something. I don't think it's anything crazy just because it's not like a foil card or a specialty insert, but Chris Spielman, Lions, Andre Rison, Jenner Johnson. Here's another Tylaw. And that was something that I noticed actually when I was looking at the basketball cards, was that it didn't seem like any of the rookies had been pulled out, which, granted, maybe, you know, obviously if you're looking at 1996, then you have Kobe and you have Allen Iverson, and I think Steve Nash was 96 too. So there's a lot more interesting cards from that era. There's another Tylaw rookie. There weren't as many like massive stars as they are now. Steve McNair rookie card. Even though I got a 9 on it, it was just a card that is very, very condition sensitive, and it was a rookie card, and so it can still have value, especially some of the inserts. Like if you look, like a good example of this is the Jordan market. If you look at a lot of like the mid 90s Jordan inserts, a lot of them actually, Aaron Glenn, isn't he? Oh, he was the coach. He's a defensive coordinator for the Lions. He just got a job as a coach, I think, for the Saints. I could be wrong, but yeah, that's cool. I'll definitely keep that. Let me put this over here. Oh, these are good. Reggie Armstrong and Robert Young. These are the gold medallions from Fleer Ultra. It's good to see those there. I'm getting towards the end of this, but it is what it is. Oh, cool. An electric court of Terry Kirby. This is kind of what I was talking about. You can see some of these are like, it's a little bit more subtle, like the way that this has the electric there. Is kind of what I'm trying to keep an eye out for. Topps Finest. Oh, we are ending in a nice little run over here. Topps Finest, fan favorite Dan Wilkinson. Acetate card. Again, I don't think these are like crazy, but it is good to see, because you also have to remember, I got both of these boxes from the same guy. So the fact is that if this person is buying Skybox, if they're buying Skybox football, if they're buying Fleer Ultra football, if they're buying Topps Finest football, well, that's exciting, because in basketball, some of those can actually be really significant sets, and some of those have really fantastic inserts, because whatever is going on in football for a card, generally, especially with 90s, there's going to be a big multiplier for the same insert, etc. in basketball. So, something to keep in mind as we wind down. And we are almost done here with the football cards, just got a few left. But going back to what I was saying, how with the 90s there was a lot of the grading scarcity. Joey Galloway. There's a lot of the grading scarcity. And what that did was that created scarcity, because there was, people took those older cards that people weren't necessarily expecting to hold value, or just didn't know at the time that they were going to be collectible. And then because so many of them got damaged, they got tipped corners and creases and edge wear and all that kind of stuff. So therefore, there was a lot of value for the grading scarcity in the high grade. Whereas nowadays, with a lot of modern cards, it's not, the PSA 10 does not necessarily mean automatic value. And you have to kind of dig another layer and say, okay, well, this Prism Silver I was talking about in the video the other day, this Prism Silver, there's 4,200 PSA 10 Victor Wembanyama Silvers, but in the same exact set, one of these inserts, there's 60 PSA 10s. And so that's something that, as a collector, especially when you compare the 90s market to today, and you look at how absolutely gangbusters some of these 90s cards have gone, a lot of it is due to, one, there is like the aesthetic appeal and like the attachment with something like a Precious Metal Gems, where like everybody at the time, it was the go-to insert that everybody wanted to get. But two, a lot of it is just due to scarcity. That was like the beginning of when they were numbering cards, so there weren't a lot of numbered cards. And then even some of them that weren't numbered, some of them that weren't numbered are well known to be very scarce. And when you look at the pop reports, you see that there's just not a lot of them in higher grade. So, football box, done. This is the pile of stuff that I pull out of it. It's nothing too crazy in here at all. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like, if you took this to a card shop and said, hey, can I get $10 for this in trade-in, they probably would say no. But that's okay. I knew that going in. And I am actually more excited about the the basketball cards. It's why I bought it. And I was just on the way there when I was at the ATM. I was just like, well, I'm going to be taking out 20 anyway, so let me just pay the guy $20 and just buy the football cards too. Have a little bit of fun with it. And right off the bat, I'm actually really happy to see this. So if you don't know, this right here is 1996. So the fact that there's 1996 basketball in here, fantastic. Am I expecting a Kobe rookie? No. Obviously not a Jordan card, but one of the reasons why I was curious about this was because I thought that was interesting. Now this is cool. Chauncey Billups. I'm a big Pistons collector, and although he was drafted by Boston, this is one of his rookie cards, and I'll put that right over there. Put these other rookies over here. Superman. So this is another one of the inserts. This is actually what I saw when I pulled a couple cards out when I was buying these from him. I saw that this Gary Payton Superman is there. So like this, the Jordan PSA 10 of the Superman, I think is multiple hundreds of dollars in a PSA 10. And so it was the kind of thing where I was like, yep, I know what I'm looking at here. Antoine Walker, Skybox C Force. I believe this is a rookie card. Rashid, Skybox C Force. Is this 90? Okay, no, this is not a rookie card. Yeah, because he was 95 and this is 96. So actually, interestingly enough, there is a lot of, and I'll put the Rashid over here. There's a lot of 96 here. Ben Wallace. Oh my god, yes. This is a Ben Wallace rookie card. And if you know, Ben Wallace does not have a lot of rookie cards. He was undrafted, so I was talking about in the video that I recorded the other day, one of the areas that you can actually do fairly well with cards, and I think I'm actually out of sleeves right now. Oh, that's tough. Let me see what I can do for this. Okay, so for you that was just a second. I had to go to my garbage pile of sleeves that have like a bunch, oops, sorry you can't see this, but they have like a bunch of price tags on them. I knew that I would be worth keeping these eventually, so ignore the price tags. So Ben Wallace, and I was talking about this in the video the other day, how there are some players who maybe were undrafted or were later round draft pick, and so they aren't necessarily in all of the product releases, so therefore they actually have less cards for something like their rookie year than somebody like looking at this year in 1996, like a Kobe Bryant who was in every single release, etc., or like an Allen Iverson who was in every single release. Ben Wallace was undrafted, so I think he's only in 3 or 4 sets. This is the Skybox C Force Ben Wallace rookie, and I will say, now if I wanted to buy this card on eBay right now, I could probably get it for somewhere in the, depending on the condition, anywhere in like the $3 to $12 range. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like we just broke the bank. This card in a PSA 10 is about a $200 card, and it looks fairly clean, surprisingly. But at this point, like, we're playing with house money. We are all good. Like, I know, like, when you look at the numbers, maybe it doesn't necessarily fully line up, but for the $10 that I spent on this box, like, this was already way better than I expected. And also seeing just how many, like, this, it looks like this guy has the entire Superman run, like the John Stockton Superman. You know, the Dennis Rodman Superman. Yeah, we are good. Alright, Sam Cassell, Isaiah Ryder, Grant Hill. If this whole box is like this, 1, I'll be extraordinarily happy, but 2, I don't have enough sleeves for this. So this is 96 Skybox International. I really like the sets this guy was getting. Untouchables, Brent Berry, Christian Laettner, Hawks, Kenny Anderson. Definitely had good, he had good taste. He was buying good stuff. And these aren't all just like bottom of the barrel sets either. Here's another Fleer Metal card, and it's Antonio McDyess, and I believe it's a McDyess rookie card. Yeah, and he was on the Pistons 03 team, so I'm very happy with that. Corliss Williamson, Brent Berry, rookie card. Was so excited to grab it, but overall, Tony Kukoc for the Bulls. This might be something. Another Tony Kukoc. I think, yeah, this is the Skybox International set, so I think those are just a little bit more of a high-end set. Isaiah Thomas, 94 USA, Mark Price, Shaq, Kevin Johnson, Steve Smith, Larry Johnson, Mark Price, Steve Smith, Larry Johnson, Alonzo Mourning, Tim Hardaway, Dominique Wilkins, Mark Price, Sean Kemp, Dominique Wilkins, another Isaiah Thomas, Jamal Mashburn, Penny Hardaway, Sean Bradley, Isaiah Ryder, Tony Kukoc, NXL, Ben Baker, all rookie team. Oh, were these all rookie team? Oh, okay. I didn't see that. So yeah, these are all rookie first team cards from, I think, 94? No, 95. No, 94, sorry. Lindsey Hunter, all second team. And I'm curious, as we get towards the end of the video, who do you collect? Do you have a favorite team? Do you have a favorite player? Is there somebody that you are really excited about collecting now, whether it's somebody from this era of basketball, football, baseball, this era, like this mid-90s era, or is there somebody from the modern era that you're really hype on? I would love to hear from you about that. So appreciate you. Almost done here, and then I gotta say honestly, this has been overall just about on par with what I expected. There's nothing absolutely crazy. David Robinson right there. Scottie Pippen. Okay. Nothing absolutely crazy here, but fun. Reggie Miller. Grant Hill. Is that a rookie? Yeah, Grant Hill rookie card. Another Reggie. Charles Barkley. Jason Kidd rookie card. Nice. Shaq. Oh, we're getting into a nice little run here. A few Orlando era Shaq cards. Another Jason Kidd rookie. I think these are 94, 95. Yeah, these are 94, 95. Shaq cards. And these are base cards. They're not like extraordinarily valuable or anything like that. Chris Mullin, SP, authentic. Dale Ellis, Michael Cage. I thought that was a Dennis Rodman card. Sean Rooks, Michael Smith, Jermaine O'Neal, Dwayne Farrell, Martin Mercep, Jalen Rose, Dan Patrick. It's another kid. I think this is his second year. Yeah, this is a 96 kid. And looks like there's a shiny card at the end. And a Sean Elliott EX 2000. Overall, not bad. Not bad. I think the basketball card was the basketball box was definitely more than $10 worth of cards. It's not necessarily like $10 like this is an easy $300 or something like that. No, like a lot of these are going to be cards where you could maybe take them to a card shop and you would trade in a pile of the cards for like $20 worth of trade in value or something like that, or $15-20 worth of trade in value. Or if you really did want to sell them on eBay, you would list it for $2 and it would be on there for a year and a half. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like this was some extreme major W. But let's just go through some of these basketball cards again and take a look. So we got a Grant Hill rookie card. Lindsey Hunter, I think this one was second year. Some of the stuff like that I set aside, I'm just going to kind of put some of the stuff that's more just for myself and wouldn't like have like broader value anywhere. Like even though this is a Lindsey Hunter rookie card, he was a backup point guard for the Pistons for most of his career. Like that's cool for me, but for you probably doesn't matter too much. A bunch of Isaiah Thomas cards. This Joe Dumars card is fun. I don't think this is necessarily crazy valuable, but the Skybox International, definitely a fun card. McDyess had a great career and was on the Pistons 03-04 championship team. Again, not a crazy card, but cool. These rivalry cards, just probably no value here, but he absolutely killed the Pistons a couple times in the playoffs there when he was on the Spurs. I remember I was listening to it, I think, on the radio, because we didn't have a TV at my mom's house, and I think it was the 05 Pistons, and Ori, like, they kicked the ball out to him, and it was like the last minute of the game or something like that, and you could just hear everything go into slow motion, and they're like, Rashid's not covering him, he's running out to cover him, and Ori shoots the three! Anyways, McDyess, Flair Metal rookie. Probably a decent one. I mean, again, this is like a $1 or $2 card on eBay, but great career. Joe Dumars, Jerry Stackhouse. Over here, the Grant Hill Superman might be worth something. Ignore the 50 cent. I just had to put it in the sleeve. This is probably I don't know if it's worth grading, but it's worth having, especially long term. Dennis Rodman. This is probably like if this could grade a 10, which I can guarantee you that it's not. I can see the corner on this is bad. I have a hard time seeing this get better than a 7 because my instinct is that this would get an 8, and with 90s cards basically always knock a grade off what you think it would be. So maybe a $25 card if you got it graded, but it costs $20 to grade right now. Here's kind of the winner of it all, the Ben Wallace. I don't think that this would grade a 10. I think it's got a tipped corner. It's got a lot of edge wear on the back. Probably a 7 or an 8. I would probably say closer to a 6 or 7. You really have to have a crease to get a 6. I don't see a crease on this, and I don't really see any scratches, so I'd probably put this at a 7. Rasheed Wallace Superman. This Chauncey Billups rookie card is actually kind of fun. I actually forgot about that one. I'm happy to have that. Lindsey Hunter from SP. This Sean Elliott EX. Acetate card. A few Shaq cards, nothing crazy. Some Jason Kidd. Rookie cards. These are the base cards, so there's nothing crazy. Barkley, Reggie Millers, Scottie Pippen, David Robinson, and then Penny Hardaway, all rookie team, and Vin Baker, Lindsey Hunter, all second, Sean Bradley, Isaiah Ryder, Jamal Mashburn, another Penny Hardaway, another Sean Bradley, another Isaiah Ryder, Nick Van Exel, Vin Baker, another Nick Van Exel, Tony Kukoc, all rookie team. It's a nice Shaq card here, the 94 USA. Jerry Stackhouse, Sean Kemp from Skybox, Dikembe Mutombo, rest in peace. This Greg Anthony, Steve Kerr, Byron Scott. And this, I thought this was an interesting insert. Tony Kukoc. I wonder about this. Oh, interesting. I've got the blue and the black one, and I think that makes a difference. I'll have to do more research on this. But there is a difference on the blue and the black ones. I know that for a fact. And I think the blue one is more rare, so I'm going to set that aside and do a little bit more research on these. And then just another one of those Extreme Core, Brent Berry rookie, Corliss Williamson, Fleer Metals. Really wish there was more Fleer Metals, but it is what it is. Roy Rogers rookie. This would have been nice to see a Kobe out of. Stockton Superman. I'll probably set that aside. Antoine Walker rookies. Gary Payton Superman. Mercer. Keith Van Horn. And then ending with the Marcus Camby rookie. So yeah, overall, I mean, adding in some of the football cards that I pulled out, not bad. I actually think I did pretty well for the $10 here. Was there a card that really stood out to you? Is there anything that you think that I missed? Something that you saw that I didn't? Feel free to let me know in the comments below. Feel free to like and subscribe as well. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this, and I hope you have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day.